Welcome to my father's show, ColdLaser.tv.
Hi there, my name is Dr. Todd Austin from Austin Family Chiropractic in Verdon, Illinois, and I'm your host of ColdLaser.tv. So thank you for joining me today. Today we're simply going to recap the first 5 episodes of Cold Laser TV in case you missed any of those, or in case you're one of these folks that really doesn't have time to watch every single episode, so you just want to kind of hit the highlights or hit the stuff that is more appropriate to what you want to learn about cold laser therapy. So my first episode, episode 1, was called Why Cold Laser Therapy. And in episode 1 I talked about how I solved a tough poison ivy issue on myself, how I solved a tough elbow issue on myself several years ago, and how I solved a tough shoulder issue on the first patient that I turned the lasers on for a chronic shoulder issue. So a lot of good stuff there. I also talked about in that one how lasers heal at the cellular level, where sometimes chiropractic is just about moving the bones, getting the bones off the nerves, but sometimes it does not heal at the cellular level like we're capable of doing with the lasers, the cold lasers. I also talked about in episode 1 how cold laser therapy is a wonderful adjunct to the chiropractic practice. It makes my job easier as a chiropractor. And I also talked about in episode 1 how to not get screwed, hosed, or taken by unscrupulous cold laser therapy sales reps. And now I'm not saying that all of them are unscrupulous, folks. I'm just saying that some of them are, so be on the lookout. Now, episode 2 of Cold Laser TV was about why are lasers so darn expensive. In that one we covered the FDA clearance as one of the reasons, because it costs money to get FDA clearance or FDA approval for any kind of product, whether it's a drug or whether it's a cold laser therapy device. We also talked about the slick marketing boys in the marketing department and all the BS that these guys spew, and running all these ads and all the massage journals and chiropractic journals and acupuncture journals. Well, it just costs some big bucks. So someone's got to pay for the marketing and the big bucks and the slick ads, and that just happens to be you if you don't do your homework. I also talked about in episode 2 that I'm a Dave Ramsey follower, and we pay cash for everything. So we don't finance things, and I think that it would be a good idea for you to not be going on the hook for 6 or 7 years of making, essentially a double car payment every month to get hooked up with some crazy laser that costs $40,000 or $50,000 that you really can't afford in the first place. So paying cash for our laser purchases means that we are a low-stress practice. And that's important because if the doctor's not under stress, then he can provide his patients with the best care possible. Now, episode 3 of Cold Laser TV, I talked about how cold laser therapy works in response to an email that I got about that I had kind of overlooked that. So that's the episode where I really break it down, folks, and give you the meat and potatoes of how this wonderful thing called cold laser therapy actually works. I also talked about in that episode how your body's cells and tissues can't tell the difference between inexpensive or very, very expensive laser light photons. So once again, a $30 laser could be just as beneficial as the $12,000 Whistles and Bells Laser Company's laser because of the same exact wavelength and the same exact power level. And they offer the same exact penetration, obviously. So I talked about that in number 3, episode 3, how cold laser therapy works. Then episode 4 was about how to perform cold laser therapy if there are multiple complaints. So if a patient comes in and says, oh my gosh, doc, I've got this shoulder that's killing me, this elbow that's killing me, this knee that's killing me, I talk about how to properly address that protocol with a patient to get the maximum benefit out of cold laser therapy. So if you want to know what that protocol is, please watch episode 4 of Cold Laser TV and find out what it is. Episode 5, I talked about cold laser therapy for sports injuries. I also talked about in there how I'm the team chiropractor and team trainer and team cold laser therapist for a semi-pro football team, the Springfield Foxes of Springfield, Illinois. And I also talked about that cold laser therapy works well as a standalone therapy in sports injuries or combined with such things as chiropractic, massage, stretching, cryotherapy, etc. on the sidelines or in your practice. Like I said in that video, cold laser therapy for sports injuries is awesome because anything we can do as trainers or team chiropractors to get our players back in the game sooner or to get them to miss less time due to their injuries, the coaches definitely appreciate that, the players definitely appreciate that, and the fans definitely appreciate that because we give them the best product on the field. And my team at this point just won their division. They're the Mid-States Football League Northeast Division champions for 2012 with a 6-1 record. The conference, best record in the conference, the Eastern Conference at 6-1, and they have the #1 seed, which they've clinched home field advantage throughout the upcoming 2012 NSFL playoffs. So there must be something to this cold laser therapy for sports injuries, folks. So thank you for joining me. I hope you'll tune in to episodes 1 through 5 of Cold Laser TV if you haven't already done so. And I hope you will tune into other episodes of Cold Laser TV as well. So thank you for joining me today and have a terrific day.